Legacy IAS. This is a supposedly difficult question from CSAT 2023. What the question says? The question says, what is the unit digit in the expansion of this big number to the power some other big number? Okay. Now, what we need to do. First, I'll tell you how I do it. Okay. So this is 57242 to the power 9 into 7 into 5 into 3 into 1. Okay. Then simply what I will do is I will divide this number by 4 and find the remainder. Okay. Simple. So 9 divided by 4 will give me remainder 1. Then 7 divided by 4 will give me 3. 5 divided by 4 will give me 1. 3 divided by 4 will give me 1. And 1 divided by 4 also gives me 1. So 3 and here 3. 3 into 3 is 9. Now 9 is again greater than 4. So I will divide it by 4 again. What I get is 1. Eventually this is the remainder I get when I divide this number by 1. Now simply what I need to do is I need to make this whole number's power as 1. That would be my unit digit. So 2 power 1, what is the unit digit? 2. And that is why our answer would be, that's it. That is how you have to do. Now, of course, it went very quickly and it involves some concepts that you don't know of. So now we'll understand the concepts at length, how this is actually done. Understood? Okay. Let's get started. So, first concept that you need to know is about remainders. Whenever some smaller number is divided by a larger number, the remainder is the smaller number itself. Okay. See, something like this I am telling. Like if 3 is divided by 8, what the remainder will be? Normally students have a habit of doing something like this. Like if 16 divided by 3 remainder they have to find, what they'll do? 16 divided by 3, it will go 5 times minus 51. Whatever remains at the bottom after dividing it completely, however it can be, this becomes the remainder. But when you try to divide 3 by 8, you don't get anything. Okay, so that's why you can just remember it, that when a smaller number is divided by a larger number, of course it cannot be divided any times, so it is actually 0 times divided and the remainder is the smaller number itself. So remainder of 3 divided by 8 will be 3. Simple. Any number you take, let's say you take 122 and 1220. You may feel that it is directly getting divided, but because it's a smaller number being divided by a larger number, the remainder would be 1 Understood? Anytime smaller number divided by larger number, smaller number itself is the remainder. Then first concept is this. Just 2 concepts more that are applied together in that question. Okay. Then second, the remainder can be distributed. Like if there is A, B, C, these are 3 numbers in multiplication divided by some number. Now we need to find the remainder. Like look here, 93 into 97 into 99 divided by 4. Now one method, which is not real method, is you multiply all of these 3, you get some big number, you divide it by 4 using some properties and all, then you get to the answer. Of course we won't be doing this. Okay, this you can do only with a calculator. Okay, so what we can do here is, look here. So these 3 are in multiplication. What we can do is we can just distribute it like this. Now finding multiplication of this is difficult, but if I write like this, I have to find the remainder of 93 by 4 into the remainder of 97 by 4 into the remainder of 99 by 4. This seems much more doable. Okay. So 93 divided by 4. If you know the nearest multiple of 4 here 93 would be 92. Correct? 92. So remainder would be simply 1. Now 97 divided by 4. Now next multiple of 4 would be 96. Okay? So the remainder will be 1 again. Then 99 divided by 4. What is the nearest multiple of 4? Again 96 only, not 98. 96 is a factor of 4. So remainder here will be 3. Now you multiply them as it is. So you get 1 into 1 into 3. What you got? 3. This 3 is the final remainder. You need not multiply all of them like this. Understood? Then let's try this one. 91 into 93 into 99 divided by 4. Now what do you do? Again nearest multiple. 99's nearest multiple would be 88. So remainder would be 3. Correct? 88, 3 remainder. Then 93. Nearest multiple is 92. So remainder is 1. Now 99. Nearest multiple was 96. So remainder is 3. Now 3 into 1 into 3 would be 9. Now you tell me, if I divide any number by 4, what can remainders be? If any number is greater than 4, then it can be further divided, right? So when you divide a number, the remainder that you get will always be less than the number that you are dividing it with. Correct? If you divide any number by 4, you can get remainders as 0, 1, 2 and 3, not 4. It will always be less than 4. So here also, now you are getting 9. 9 cannot be the remainder when it is divided by 4. So what do we need to do? Divide it further. Okay? So divide 9 further. 9 divided by 4 gives you remainder 1. This is your final remainder. Understood? So first thing we learned that it can be distributed like this. The second thing that we learned was, if after multiplying all the remainders we get a number that is greater than the divisor, we divide it further to get the final remainder. Understood? This is the second concept that we need to know. Now comes the concept of unit digit that we need to do. Okay? So for finding unit digit, what you need to do, whatever power is given to you, you divide it by 4. Like, if I give you 2 power, let's say 193. Now I ask you, what will the unit digit be? 2 power 192. What you need to do is, you just pick this number, whatever is in the power, you divide it by 4 and see what remainder you get. Okay? In most cases, what you will do, instead of 1 by 193, you will write the remainder that you get after dividing by 4 here. So let's say, first of all, you took this number, you divided it by 4, you got some remainder. Now if you got this remainder as 1, so in place of 193, you would write 1. Only 1, like 2 to the power 1. That is only you have to write. If you get remainder 2, what you will do? In place of this, what you will write? 2 power 2. If you get remainder as 3, in place of 193, you will write 2 power 3. Understood? This number will remain as it is. The power would change. But if you get remainder as 0, so you cannot put 0 here. You cannot write it like 2 power 0. Why? Because 2 power or any number's power 0 will lead us to 1. While we know 2's any power would be a multiple of 2. So it can't have 1 as the last digit. So instead of 0, what you put? You put 4. That is it. Took the power, divided it by 4, found the remainder. If remainder is 1, 2 or 3, you put it as it is. If it is 0, you put 4 instead. That's it. Now, let's do this example. See, this number is written. You are asked what will be its unit digit. Okay, you are asked to find its unit digit. Unit digit means if I were to write the expansion of this, so it will be some very big number. So that very big number's last digit, what that will be, that is asked. Now, one thing that you must understand, when we are trying to find unit digit, these all numbers are immaterial. Only thing that matters while finding unit digit is the last digit. Because you are finding the unit digit, so only thing that matters is the unit digit. So that's why instead of this, you can just write a number like this. So this anyway does not matter, you just write the last number. Now, let's see what is done here. See, so the power was 864. What we did, we took 864 here, we divided it by 4. Okay, now how you find remainder when anything is divided by 4? For 4, the divisibility rule is the last 2 digits of a number should be divisible by 4. Now, you for the finding remainder also, you can use these last 2 digits only. So you pick 64. Now, is 64 divided by 4? Yes, 16 4s are 64. Now, if it is getting divided completely, what is the remainder? Remainder is 0. So you get 0 remainder. But you cannot write 0. So instead what you will write? You will write 4. Now I can write this number like this because these numbers don't matter. Okay. So I wrote 2 and 2 power. Instead of this big number, I will now write only 4. Now this is easier to find. You can even forget this part and you can even forget this part and just focus on the unit digit, that is 2. Okay, so 2 power 4 instead of 864. 2 power 4 is 16. What is the last digit here? 6. So you just mark 6. This is the unit digit that you were looking for. This whole big number to the power, this big number will have unit digit as 6. This number does not matter, just 2 power 4, 16. See the unit digit only again. So you get to the unit digit. That is all that you need to know about the concept of unit digit. Now, let's try a few more examples like this one. So some number is written, let's say 9999111288, whatever. Then 3 power 995. Now I tell you, find the unit digit. So how you will do? Again, 995 divided by 4. See. Now for 4, what we used to focus on? We would focus on this 95. So now 95 when divided by 4, what is the nearest multiple of 4? 92. So what remains is 3. So the remainder is 3. So instead of this big number, what we wrote? 3. Because 1, 2 and 3 we write is as it is. So now we can forget this part. What remains is 3 power 3. 3 power 3 is 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. What is the last digit? 7. Correct? So this will be the final answer or the unit digit that we were trying to find. Understood? Now you understood all the 3 concepts separately. Okay. First, what we learned? That when smaller number is divided by larger number, the remainder is the smaller number. Then, what we learned? That when remainder we have to find for something like this, we can distribute it. Then, third concept we learned that whenever we need to find the unit digit, we just do what? Divide the power, whatever is written in the power by 4 and find remainder. And that remainder is put in its place. In case of 1, 2 and 3. Except in case the remainder comes out to be 0, we put 4 in that place. Once you do this, you can find the answer. Understood all three concepts? Now we can do that 2023 difficult question within a few seconds. See, this is what I was doing. So what I started with, again, I took this big number, it is in power. So to find the unit digit, I must first divide it by 4. Okay. So I took this big number, which is in power, divided by 4. Correct? Now what I can do, I can distribute the remainders. Correct? So now I have used distribution. So 9 divided by 4, remainder is 1. 7 divided by 4, remainder is 3. 5 divided by 4, remainder is 1. 3 divided by 4, remainder is 3. 1 divided by 4 is 1. Now I multiplied 3 into 3. 1, 1, 1 is fine. 3 into 3 comes 9. Now 9 is again bigger. So we must divide it further. So 9 divided by 4, what we get? 1. So this 1 is the final remainder. Now as we learned in unit digits, what we do? If remainder of this comes out to be 1, 2 or 3, we put it in its place. So what we did, this whole number to the power 1. That's it. Now you can ignore this part and only 2 you can focus on. 2 power 1 gives you what? 2. So the unit digit would be 2. Once you know this, you can do it orally also. Like just by seeing, I can tell that 9 means 1 remainder, 3, 1 and 3. 3 3s are 9. 9 divided by 4 gives remainder 1. 2 power 1 is 2. So answer is oral. Once you know all these concepts. Okay, that's it. We are done with the class. Hope you liked it. Thank you.